Well, it says we're streaming.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah.
But the microphone is really far away from me, so I'm sure I can't be heard.
Oh, you. It's a really good microphone.
Alright, well that's still probably better.
See, look. That's what you're looking at. When you talk, if it touches the yellow like mine touches the yellow, it's too loud, but I'm going to leave it anyway.
Alright, well, I'm talking now, and I'm not... Oh, there it went yellow. Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Like.
Alright, I'm just going to grab headphones here, check up on the old stream, post some links, and fucking away we go.
My face is full of sawdust. Been working on an old guitar all day.
That could be like a follow-up to the Sneezy Waters album. You've got sawdust in the holes in your face.
Yeah. Had to make a headstock for this old Ovation. Not just any old Ovation. It is actually Ovation number 2169. Not of some particular... Well, it is. It's a balladeer. It is an OG Ovation balladeer. One of the first 2,200 of these things that were ever made. The sticker on it is the coolest part. It says patent applied for. The patent was not pending or anything. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I looked it up and it's legit. But the headstock was missing. It broke, and it had gotten lost over the years. And I wanted a nice little campfire beater, or some like little traveling guitar, so I didn't have to, like drag around like the Jack's old Fender if I ever wanted to. So yeah, now I'm fixing it. If you went into the Discord, you could see pictures of it. But you're not in the Discord, so you can't see pictures of it.
All right. Live stream is in fact live. We're just gonna...
No free fucking product placements here.
We're just gonna tell all the social medias about it, and then start solving problems of the people of the world.
All right. And in between that, I'm going to be getting up and pulling tape and looking at glue and that sort of thing is, I want to. If you're lucky, you'll see the monstrosity I've glued to the end of this Ovation. Let's see. I'll tell you. I'll try and get an approximate. I had this all looked up. Yeah, so I don't know. I can't talk though. It's hard to talk. It's hard to talk and Google. I shouldn't be talking and Googling. Here we are. Yeah, Norman's Rare Guitars. This is what it was. Oh no, this is a newer balladeer. There we are. So I am a 4-digit. So 67 to 1968 is when it was made. Any 4 digits by 69, they were flipping into the 10,000s. Because I've got 4 digits black ink, no letter prefix, 2169. So yeah, 67 to 68. So that's kind of why I've been trying to... That's why I've been trying to get it fixed. So, just to show you what I've done, the epoxy is stiff enough. Yeah. Okay. So, this thing had absolutely no headstock on it. Oh. Fingerboard separation. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see that. You see what I've done? I've taken an old piece of firewood, quite literally firewood, and I've shaped it into a headstock, and I've epoxied it back on there. So hopefully that'll make this old fucking thing playable again. It, you know, I'm gonna stain it. Looking at it from here, you know, I don't, oh, that's good for it. You know, I don't think I've done too bad. I'm not a woodworker, so I think I've done all right for a guitar repair that not a lot of shops even wanted to consider giving me a price for. They all said, well, I can sell you a new one for a couple of $100 less, and I'm like, no, I just want this one fixed. And I got a hold of Ovation Guitars, now soon to be previously owned by the Drum Workshop, I think is how that works. They could not help me in getting a new neck or a new just like a headstock off of a defective neck or anything like that. They were they blew a little sugar up my ass and said, oh, we're moving our facilities. I googled it. They're being fucking sold again. So who knows how long that's gonna fucking take. And while that's happening, nobody was gonna ever get back to me. But the way it boils down, when they do send you stuff, they generally send you a whole neck, and if that happens, I will just replace the entire fucking neck. So yeah.
All right. So, the internet has been fully informed that you will now be solving all of the problems of the world, basically, except medical advice. Don't ask the internet about that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's better places to go for medical advice than the fucking... Jesus Christ. Why can't you ever tell me my hair's a fucking rat's nest before we start these things?
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. Give you hair and makeup advice.
You forgot to tell me I was ugly before we started.
No one ever tells me.
You're not ugly, though. That's why I have you in these videos.
Neither are you, darling, so...
That's why I have you in these videos, so that people have something to look at while I talk.
Aw. I don't know whether to be terribly flattered or terribly insulted.
A little bit of both. I meant it in the least sleazy way possible.
Well, now that we've had our little positive affirmations moment.
How do I look? Okay, I look like I have short hair again. Good.
Oh.
What?
There's no cat yet.
Oh, Timmy will join us. No free product placements. I drink the Bevis, whatever. Fuck yous, I like the stuff. I used to drink the other shit, but honestly, I'm one of the generations lost in the new Coke Classic fucking switch. They just never got it right after that. Like, how fucking hard was it to just go back to the old fucking shit? Like, but no, I said, fuck it, this shit's gross, and I've been drinking Bevis ever since. I don't know if there's any significance to Bevis. I don't know if it means I'm a racist or whatever, but I say Bevis because it's cute.
Like you.
Oh, like me. No, it's I actually stole it from Mila Jovovich from The Fifth Element, where she shows up, because I don't know, I was like super drunk first time I ever watched that movie, and it was like one of the cutest things I think I'd ever seen. Because I don't know, I guess in the script at some point they told her to be polite. So when they opened the door, she's like, be polite. And she just said it in this like really cutesy Ukrainian fucking accent. And so.
All right, are we ready?
Sure.
All right. So. Someone needs help consoling their nephew whose father was murdered yesterday.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. What makes you think I would, you know...
It was just the first one. That's literally the very first one on the top of the Reddit page right now.
Well,
all right.
Okay. I don't know. Like, your dad was murdered. Okay. I kind of didn't care when mine got killed. So, like...
Oh, his dad was a cop who was shot attempting to apprehend a group of teenagers who were stealing cars and firearms.
Well, then there you go, kid. Don't be a fucking hoodlum stealing cars and firearms, or you're going to shoot someone's fucking parents. There's no consoling you. Like, you lost your dad. Like, I'm sorry that happened. Nothing anybody on the internet, short of them sharing their sob stories so you can sort of find one that's worse than yours, which is going to be tough, I won't fucking lie, to relate to. Mine, I'm not going to tell you mine, because it's just going to maybe like, oh, but I had a good dad. I didn't, so.
All right. Next question is nightmares.
Oh, shit. I've had these.
I have... Okay, I'm not really sure if she means that her boyfriend hits her in real life and she has nightmares, or she's having nightmares where he hits her and she's hiding from him.
Like, you should leave. One way or the other. I don't care how this fucking ends. If your boyfriend is hitting you, you should move. Call the police. Get someone to beat him up. Next.
Okay.
I want to plug your laptop in. Ugh.
So here's one of these, most likely a teenager being overly dramatic questions.
They're always being overly dramatic. That's what teenagers do these days. They overly dramatic. Like, everything's such a huge fucking deal. Nobody understands. Like, things were different in my fucking day, you know? Like, it's always, you know, nobody fucking gets it. Oh, well, the job market was different and houses were cheaper. And yeah, that's going to keep happening. It's called inflation, right? Like, you can't blame the generation before you that there's more people. Well, I guess you can blame that there's more people. But you can't blame them that the government suddenly decided that they want shit to be worth more today. So.
Okay, so the overly dramatic, most likely teenage question is, for my wish to come true, I need to be someone else, and I don't want to be. I am a growing teenager, ding ding ding, and the older I become, the more I realize that I am not the person I want to be. My parents have always shaped these rules into me, and now I'm sick of them and the person that I've become.
Oh, well, like, listen, your parents didn't, well, no, your parents did it on purpose, but they didn't want you to be what you are now. Your parents are just trying to be parents. Like, some parents are fucking stupid, right? And they just kind of mimic what their parents did. And you kind of have to remember your parents' probably born sometime in the 30s or 40s, and their parents were fucked. Okay? So, you know, you just kind of have to take it in stride. Or maybe you're a boomer. Maybe your parents are my age. I keep forgetting that now. Like, I have a 19-year-old daughter. Fuck. So, yeah, well, if your parents are my age, there's a good chance they're fucked too, because there's a generation that was forced to be teenagers in the 80s and 90s that are fucked now, like, just fucked, like, beyond fucked. So if those are your parents, you're lucky. You're lucky. You can say, listen, folks, I'm fucking sick of this shit. And they'll be like, oh, my God, thank God. And they'll try and treat you like a human being. But if your parents are like stuffy fucking kind of prep wads or fucking whatever the fucking hip fucking thing to call them now is, fucking, then you're fucked. Then you're fucked. Then they're gonna be like, oh, you can't do that. You're gonna have to get whatever the fucking this point, that fucking GPA, and you're gonna have to go to the finest fucking school. You're just have to get the fuck out of our house. Which is what you should be doing anyway. Because it sounds like you don't
You're about ready.
Sounds like you're about ready. That's correct. And you definitely don't want to. So I don't know who you want to be. I don't know who you are. I don't actually give a shit. I do, however, care that, you know, no matter who you think you are, don't tell yourself that that's who you're going to be for the rest of your life, because that shit's going to keep changing for the rest of your life. Who you are today is not who you're going to be in a couple of weeks from now. There's like any number of things, and something's always going to change about you, you know what I mean? So don't fucking stress it. Tell your parents to eat a giant bag of dicks, dip them in a bowl of ranch, and pack your shit and leave.
All right, so this is someone on the pretty much exact opposite spectrum of that. This person says, I am 46 years old, no kids, no wife, no girlfriend, no romantic history at all, no friends, no life, nothing to show for having lived this long. What kind of life can I possibly start putting together?
Don't worry about it, dude. Like, it sounds like you've been living the fucking dream, dude. Don't, like, you know, like, whatever you've been doing for this long, find a way to capitalize on that some more, and find a way to put your name on it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be doing anything, be known for that dude that did that shit that you did. And you know, fuck, I'm 44. You know what I mean?
He's not a 46-year-old virgin.
No, I'm not.
I just read the rest of his little spiel.
So it
here.
sounds like bait, but I'll help you out just in case you're not.
He just said, you know, at least if I had spent the last 20 years pursuing a career exclusively, even if I was a 46-year-old virgin, I could have something to show
see,
for
I don't
it,
really believe you, but, you know, honestly, dude, like, I had no... Until I started banging her, I was a washed-up fucking hood rat, you know? Like, not like a rat, but I was like a washed-up street urchin, dude. Like, my favorite pastime was getting thrown in jail for selling dope. Like, so, like, I had fucking pretty much nothing but my dead dad's shit to show for why I was sitting in a chair when she had found me sitting where I was. You know what I mean? So, shit can change. Like I told that fucking kid that doesn't, like, you know, you're 46 fucking years old. Shit can fucking change fucking quick, but it sounds like you're chasing a legacy, and you know, not everybody gets one of those. I'm not going to get one of those. Like, I might build a couple of guitars that survive a couple of 100 years and get played by somebody famous fucking 90 years from now, but I won't be around to see that. And that's the best. That's really the best, you know, the best sort of scenario in any context anyone can hope for, I think.
Okay. This person says that they need a tiebreaker. So let's hear more. I live in a small town. There aren't many stores or options for anything, really. There are like 3 tattoo artists, and only one that does even decent work is my ex-girlfriend. We ended on good terms and are civil towards each other, and all of my friends, they say that she's crazy and that she will draw a penis on me or something. I mean, she is crazy, but I don't think she would do something like that.
Come on.
Basically, should he go to the ex-girlfriend tattoo artist or go to one that's like a 6-hour drive away? He doesn't see any harm in it, but his friends are all saying don't fucking do it.
Like, if she's a tattoo artist, if she's a legit fucking business, she's insured and all that fucking stuff, is the giant fucking lawsuit you're about to fucking shit down on her for fucking drawing a dick on you worth losing all of that? Like, is she good at anything but tattooing and fucking puffing the fucking corn? Like, that's, like, not to bash a lot of tattoo artists, but a lot of the ones I know do it because it's really the only thing they're good at. Like, they could not thrive bagging groceries or doing a lot of other things. Like, there's a couple dudes very artistic, they could probably, you know, just support themselves doing their art, but a lot of the ones, like a lot of my West Coast friends, that's it. Like, if they stop being tattoo artists, I'm afraid they would go right back to being panhandlers, you know. So I'd say yeah, you can trust your ex old lady, man. Like she's not gonna throw her fucking career down the tubes just to, you know, go to fucking court over something you're gonna get covered.
Yeah.
You know, like at her expense. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna pay for the laser removal or the fucking cover up. So, you know, I'd say yeah, fucking give her, dude. It's closer. You're not driving 6 hours. If you left on good terms, you know. Like, the jokes are going to happen. She's going to be like, oh, shit. Was his name Kevin or Steve? You know, like, you're going to hear that a lot. But you know what I mean? Like, she's your ex. If you're still friends, fucking give her, you know?
Okay. I think that's reasonable. I don't think, you know, you'd have to be not only crazy, but retarded to jeopardize your entire
like I'm
business
crazy. I'm not
over
stupid. Like
just, you know,
there's a difference. Like I'm
spiting an ex through
shit.
tattoos.
Fucking crazy, but I'm not retarded. Like I'm not window licking. Okay, I'm a little retarded.
So this person wants to know how to stop giving a coworker a ride home.
Just say no. I can't.
At first, I
got
was doing it because I don't mind doing people favors. But as I've gotten to know her, there seems to be so many things that I don't like about her.
Okay, then stop. Like, yeah, like, it sounds like you just sick of hanging out with this person. Really, like, I don't like a lot of people, but, like, if you're really being the better person, and you kind of stand a chance at influencing this person to suck a little less, unless you are in fact the one that sucks, and you know, but whatever, you don't like this person, you don't want them in your car, you should just be like, you know what, you sort of annoy me, but that's going to create tension at work, so you might not want to do that. So there's really nothing the internet can tell you besides just fucking be the better person and drive them home, because it's a nice fucking thing to do. Or tell them, look, I'm fucking sick of your shit. I don't want to drive you home anymore, because no matter what you fucking say, that's what it's going to sound like. So, those are your two options. Those are your two most viable and fucking A to B options.
All right, we have a lot of living situation questions tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so one person, this is, I have a feeling, another overly dramatic young person, says, my roommate is nice enough but makes me feel so drained.
Oh, my God.
I'm an introvert, and I'm really picky about my friends, and they tend to be other introverts.
I'm an INFP. I'm one of these things. Oh, help me.
But I talk with this girl for half an hour, and I am just worn out.
Then you're try talking to boys or something. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to drill into this now. I'm still listening, but see, I'm gonna have to drill down into here to get epoxy into that to make sure that that's all coated before I fucking shape the rest of this out. And then I'm gonna try and match a stain so that it doesn't look like a piece of white oak firewood that I've glued to the end of it. But I don't think that's too bad for a dude that flips eggs. So yeah, if your friend is draining, then like it sounds
Roommate.
It's a roommate.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like there's a number of reasons that
It's harder to stop hanging out with a roommate than a friend.
But why are they exhausting? You know, like I just have
because
so many.
she complains a lot, and
Just
I guess
tell her to
she's not
shut
an
up.
introvert.
Just say, listen, like I didn't hang out with you before you lived here, and I don't want to start. Okay. Shut the fuck up. I'm going to, like, don't come, like, if you got complaints, get a pet rock, or scream into your fucking pillow, or find another place to fucking live. You know, like, I get it, like, nobody likes to live with a wine ass, but, you know, if they're just fucking bitching about every fucking thing, and I can just imagine, like, not like, you know, bitching about, oh, the roof leaks, the plumbing sucks, the bathroom smells. They're probably bitching about shit that nobody but them fucking cares about. And yeah, you got, and like, I know it's tough because today's generation doesn't like being told to shut the fuck up, but that's got to start happening. Like, that needs to start happening. People need to understand that, and that the only thing they can really do about it is shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, no amount of whining is going to fucking change certain fucking things. Like, a lot of the times people whine about something that should be a what's done is done situation, but they didn't like the fucking outcome. And they think fucking crying, fucking moaning about it is gonna fucking change anything. At that point, they need to be told, hey, shut all the way the fuck up. And if that doesn't work, just tell them again. No. I meant your mouth needs fucking shut. And then if they get angry about it, punch them in the fucking teeth.
All right. So this person is looking for some practical advice. They would like to know, how would one go about having sex in a public restroom?
One or both of yous will need to take your pants off, and then depending on what you're using, you're going to have to find a position to. Do I have to teach them how to have sex in general?
So they were talking to a friend, and they discovered that people actually have sex in public bathrooms.
It's happened, yeah. You just fucking do it.
Wants to know how to do it without getting caught.
You go to a really busy fucking bar some night, and you make sure that you're not a creepy looking dude, and you get the chickie to drag you into the girls' bathroom, and then you just have sex and you leave. Because if you go into a guy's bathroom, all the dudes are gonna think they're gonna get to fuck her too, and that's not what you want. So you gotta go to the girls' bathroom, where when you're done fucking, they're all just gonna kick you out of the bathroom, and then you're done.
All right, so you recommend ladies' washroom?
Always the ladies' washroom, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've been told by actual women. Like, yeah, you don't ever go to especially in a busy bar, because you probably, back in the day, would end up getting fucked by all the guys, and nobody wants that. So
no.
So you go to the girls' bathroom, where it's a little safer, a lot safer.
A lot safer. All right. So back to the living situation questions. This person says that they're going to be homeless soon and they don't know what to do.
Embrace it, dude. Go to the West Coast. Print a resume. Fucking, if you can afford storage for up to fucking 6 months, which is guaranteed to be cheaper than rent, do that shit and bust your fucking ass before your storage runs out to put money in the bank and get off the fucking streets. Because if you're going to be homeless soon, you either need to prepare for being homeless, or you need to fucking waste the rest of your money trying to avoid the inevitable. You need to invest wisely to save what shit you don't want to sell or lose, and start fixing your fucking shit. So I don't want to know their situation. I'm just telling you how to avoid and or fix homelessness in a pinch.
All right, here's another super awkward question.
I didn't want to light that. I wanted
kind of like the note that we started off on tonight. This person says, I'm bringing cookies to my neighbor whose son has recently committed suicide, but I just don't know what to say. I'm at a loss. Anyone have any suggestions?
No. I'm sorry for your loss, and give them cookies. What? Are you sure you want to, like, what if those were his favorite cookies? Oh my god, these were his favorite. How about you just get them a card or something? It sounds like you're trying to be like a little sentimental or nostalgic with the cookies, and it sounds like that's just going to be something that's for you. If you wanted to do anything for them, something a little more neutral would just be a card or, you see, not even flowers because some people are allergic to some shit. So yeah, I would just go with a card or something, you know, and just say, yeah, sorry for your loss. Keep it simple. It's not about you. It's about them. So yeah.
All right. Next person wants to know if they have attachment issues.
Probably. Like, if you're asking Reddit,
If you have to
I'm going to
ask.
say yes and move on.
All right.
Or if you want me to make fun of the lady a little, I assume it's a girl. I've assumed her gender.
Well, I think you may be correct. So, all right, I'll try to go through this quick. They've been in a relationship for 5 months, and it's been a bumpy ride. We're complete opposites, but we work well in different ways. We've almost broken up a handful of times, and all my friends agree, oh no, it's a dude.
Oh, shit.
Or it's a lesbian couple.
Well,
I don't know.
my mouth.
Friends agree that she treats me like absolute garbage, and they don't understand why I haven't dumped her yet. Me either sometimes. I know what heartbreak feels like, blah, 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 so I think that is what is stopping me. We can be texting completely fine, but I feel like her mood has changed, or she's starting to text differently. My brain will start to completely overthink, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I would do the absolute most for this girl, although I've never been treated worse or not been in a relationship quite like this one. So there's probably more I could add to this, but I feel like this is enough of getting the general gist of things. So Reddit, do I have attachment issues?
Yeah, you do. It's been 6 months. Like, I've been fucking less attached to, like, people that have, like, literally died, you know, and, yeah, 6 months, like, you're not down with the one. Like, fuck, they're always the one. It's just, sometimes it doesn't work out. So, yeah, you got some issues. I just cut the fucking rope, you know, like, let her go. You'll get another one.
All right. Okay. Excuse me.
No, that was nice.
This person wants to know if they're screwed.
Yes.
I listed 2 jobs I got fired from on a job interview with a bank that wants to hire me, and they want proof of where I've worked, so they're asking for pay stubs, but I don't have pay stubs.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. That doesn't sound like something I could actually answer. I've never had that problem. Like, I've always just said, yeah, call them. I give them names and numbers. I'm like, here's people you can talk to that own businesses that I've worked for. If that isn't good enough for them, then I probably don't want to work for them anyway.
Okay. Next person wants to know, well, I don't know. Do you want to tell someone how to raise super low self-esteem, or do you want to find something
super
more
low
interesting?
Self-esteem. Oh no. What do? You just cheer the fuck up. Like, there's nothing really you can, like, people can tell you till you're blue in the face to fucking cheer up, and it's like, oh wow, that so worked, which it never does. And, you know, you can ask for all kinds of fucking advice, and what it tends to do, not what it always does or what it usually does, but what can happen is you can be taking all these people's advice. You're like, oh, that's really good advice, and you convince yourself that it's really good advice, and then you're like, oh, but I'm not happy after doing this stuff, because it might not be very interesting shit for you, depending on what your interests are. You know, like, you could be a very boring person and not very interested in anything, which that's something you have to force yourself into. You have to find something you can relate to, and, you know, like, for instance, like stamp collecting or some shit, and and force yourself to do it on whatever grounds that you can relate to there. And but yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you ask people's advice and you try all these things, and then like they doesn't cheer you up, then it sort of drives the fucking spiral a little harder. You're like, oh well, I did all these things and nothing cheered me up. Oh, I must be a really depressing person. So it's sort of, you know, you trick yourself into thinking shit is supposed to work when nothing is supposed to work. Like there's no guarantees in life, so you really kind of have to. You really kind of have to find ways of convincing yourself you don't suck. You know what I mean? Like, I saw where I was going, and it was a little to the left rail, but I get it. The self-esteem is the same kind of fucking ballpark. You know what I mean? It's oh no, I was right on track there. Yeah, because like you start taking advice, and you know you just think, you know, you're a shitty person because it doesn't work. Well, it's self-esteem. It's like maybe be a Satanist. Maybe join the Church of Satan. They're all about self-love and do unto thyself and that kind of weird thing. Can I suggest the Church of Satan on YouTube?
Sure. I don't think
that could be demonetized.
Against the TOS of any kind.
I don't know. I'm not like saying, you know, hail Satan or anything, but maybe you got to find somebody that practices in the ways of, you know, be true to thine self or whatever their fucking thing is. You know, like self-esteem, like you're probably comparing yourself to people who suck anyway. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I really wish I was those persons, and you know, you don't want to be anybody but yourself. I don't know. Like, there's no way to. It's like every time you think you have good advice to fix somebody's self-esteem, you're like, yeah, you're just still talking, and nothing's really helpful. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just start hanging out with people that think you're fucking cool. Like, you know, punch down. You know, not punch down, but, you know, like, I know this is gonna sound very classist and a little not really manipulative, sort of sociopathic, I would suppose, but like start hanging out with people that you'd find are beneath you. Like, humble yourself and raise your self-esteem by like hanging out with fucking like junkies and crackheads or some fucking shit and be like, oh my god, I am so glad I don't suck cock for a living. That is such a good feeling to wake up in the morning and be like, what are you doing today? Not sucking a dick and getting on with your fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's no way to fix self-esteem on the internet, man. Like, you just have to find somebody that makes you feel better about being you. Like, if you can't do it alone, you need to find somebody that's going to help. You need to find somebody that shares your interests, somebody that doesn't mind hanging out with you, and be with that person, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't really matter. Like, at the end of the fucking day, it doesn't matter what anybody really fucking thinks of you. So maybe if you could fucking kick that fucking block, that would fucking help your self-esteem a little by realizing, like, people fucking suck anyway, so it doesn't matter how much you think you suck. Guaranteed 3/4 of the people around you suck even more. I guarantee it. And get that in your head. Now you feel better now you know you're better than 3/4 of the people around you. You just tell yourself that because you're fucking right. And find that one person that makes you feel good about your life choices, you know, and that's really the only thing I could possibly think of that isn't some sarcastic fucking Band-Aid bullshit you could get out of a fucking Cosmo or something, you know, like, and you probably could. I bet you the Cosmopolitan writers are fucking at least 0.5% more creative than I am on a good day, so you might get it.
Okay, I think this is a typo because it says I live 2 people, but they are both in relationship.
Yeah, it's a typo. You love two people, but they're both... Okay, yeah, that... Now it makes sense. You want a threesome. But, okay, here's the fun part. This is where it gets really neat in my head. That there's actually 5 people involved here. You know, our person, and then the 2 people, and then their 2 relationships. You know what I mean? So...
Well, we don't really get a lot more details.
I don't need any more details other than the possibilities that spring from what you just told me. That's all that matters. That's all that matters are the fucking logistics involved here. You know, for one, just stay out of it. They're in relationships. Don't be that fucking idiot. You're not gonna, like, you know, because this does sound like bait. This sounds like something that's an original fucking Reddit sort of problem, but just assuming that this person is actually that fucking dumb, just don't. Just don't. There's very, like, because I can't just assume that, you know, these people are freaks and they're gonna just be like, yeah, hey, that sounds like a good idea. Like, you're definitely gonna ruin relationships with this bullshit. So I just wouldn't.
Yeah, better just to not.
Just don't. Find somebody else. But these are the only 2 people I love. Well, then
I guess you're
get a fucking blow-up companion. Start watching hentai or some fucking shit.
Alright. Is it bad or weird to have an imaginary girlfriend? I'm 23.
I don't... It's weird. I don't know if anything's bad to have, like, because, like, there's so many horror movies playing out in my head right now where people are talking to folks that just don't exist, like Norman Bates and they just, okay, is she in the room with you right now? Like, I don't know what to say to that.
Do you want some more details?
Well, yeah, I kind of need them now.
Okay. Never told anybody about this in real life.
It's bait.
Bait? Alright. Then it's bait and we'll just move on.
They're very baity tonight, I think. They might not be, but, like, I don't want to, you know, start working and then get to the part where it's like, oh,
okay,
bait.
This person wants to know if, they should send an apology message to an old elementary school teacher for saying the N-word in her class. I'm at university now. I grew up in a community.
Okay, listen, if you're feeling that, I don't know. If your teacher was horribly offended by it and you don't think, you know, there was ever any resolution there, then yeah.
It won't hurt.
It won't hurt. Be like, you know, don't be like, you know, hey, sorry I called you the N thing. Like, fuck, don't make me say that stupid shit. Just be sorry I called you that shit, and you know, but like it's gonna be a little kind of you know, sort of white guilty. I don't necessarily subscribe to that kind of fucking shit. But like, yeah, like if it's gonna make you feel better and not your teacher feel worse, which is only for you to decide, because I don't know in what context it was spoken. I don't actually.
No, she doesn't say. I don't think.
But yeah, give her. Send her a nice basket full of watermelon and fried chicken with a sorry I said that word. Like, I bet you there's at least one suggestion that says send her some watermelon fried chicken. Because it's Reddit. It's fucking Reddit. I'm not the first person to think of that. Like, it's a stereotype. It's like one of the oldest running stereotypes besides the big dick and the nappy hair. Like, so I'm not even trying to fucking be offensive. I'm just grabbing the low-hanging stereotypes to apply them to this fucking stupid apology scenario.
Okay. I don't know how it's...
It says it's going.
It says it's going.
We're recording it this time. So.
Oh, good.
So if you want to upload it,
It
it will take a long time, but you can upload it.
Okay. All right. Here's some family advice. And they're pretty quick and to the point about it, even though it's a heavy question, so we'll read it. I need advice on talk with mom. My mom had an alcoholic dad and never allowed my siblings or me to consume it because of him. Here's the problem. I like drinking. Previously, I always lied to her when I obviously had been drinking, but I don't feel well lying to her, but talking to her about it just seems as difficult as lying for the rest of my life. She is really against alcohol. So I came here to ask you guys how to approach this topic. I need advice. So the facts, I'm over 18, my siblings don't drink, and I don't have a driver's license. So
You're
I guess
fucked.
they're legal age, and there's no chance of them drinking and driving is what they're getting at.
I don't think it's anyone's problem but yours. Just say, like, as long as you live under your parents' roof, you're gonna kind of have to subject yourself to their fucking demands on most of the levels, you know what I mean? Like, you can always be a big boy and leave. Where does that get you? It doesn't sound like you're ready for that. You still haven't told your parents you drink yet. So, we'll rule out you moving out of the house. I don't think you can. If you could, do that. But I'm just saying, I would woe up on that. You're never going to be allowed to drink in your parents' house. So don't think they're going to let you have parties and shit like you're watching on the fucking... That's never going to happen. So if that was one of the pipe dreams you had, how can I get my parents to be cool with booze so I could have fucking parties and stuff? Well, that's not going to happen. Get that out of your head. And don't expect to be able to come home all drunk or your parents to pick you up happily. Expect all of the worst things to happen because your parents are going to try and make you hate booze as much as they do, no doubt. That's an assumption, but I think it's a safe one. Tell them at your own fucking risk. Because it doesn't sound like anything you fucking say is gonna come back with anything but the exact opposite of what you want to hear. So, Duck, do this. Say, Mom, I like to get drunk. And hope she gets it. You know what I mean? And it's best. That's the best you can hope for. That's going to be the tagline to all the advice today. And that's the best you can hope for.
Yeah, the last one was Time to Move. I included it in the title. I went back and
Time
added
to
it.
move?
Yeah. That was last week's theme. All right, this person wants to know how to stop thinking about something embarrassing that you've done.
Oh, fuck. That's never going to happen. That is never going to happen. I'm going to tell you that right now. That is never going to happen. Because there's always going to be something that's going to remind you of that time you made a complete fucking idiot of yourself. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck. And you're just going to look around to see if anybody can read your mind. And she'd be like, are you thinking about something you did really stupid? You know, and you're always going to, you're not. Just learn to get used to it. Don't ever do that shit again.
All right. Help. All right, this sounds complicated, but we're going to try and sort it out. This sounds very Jerry Springer. This might be our most Springer-esque question ever.
I don't know if I want to get into the realms of the Springer stuff because, like, I've been tempted to, like, actually get up out of my chair and throw it at the television some of the times when I've been watching Jerry. It's like, no, this isn't happening. This is not real television. Because how does it get that fucked? Like, you are not the father. And they just
that's Maury.
Oh, is that...
That was Maury.
Whatever. It's the same troubled America. It's...
All right. I think Maury was less actors than Springer.
Wasn't it Maury, or who was one of the other guys? There was Maury.
Jenny Jones.
Not Jenny.
Ricky Lake.
No, it was one of the guys.
Sally Jesse Raphael.
The guys.
Bill Donahue.
No. Or maybe it was Donahue. No, keep going.
There was Maury. Oh, fucking Montel Williams.
No, Montel's always been pretty good in my books. Who was the next one? I've always liked
I used to watch like a lot of awful fucking morning television. I used to like
the Montel Williams show.
That would actually be fun, maybe, to fucking
go
back and like commentary some old Montel or something.
Than Maury or Jerry or who is the
Montel kind of tried to be like.
We're forgetting one guy, but it might have been Maury. But I think there was somebody else, I can't remember, but he had one of those reveal to your friend that you're gay and you have a crush on them shows.
That was Jenny Jones.
That was Jenny Jones?
And then the dude fucking showed up at his apartment like a couple weeks after the show or whatever and fucking killed him with a shotgun.
Yeah, you see, that's the
Jenny
reason.
Jenny Jones got in a lot of trouble for that.
A lot of fucking trouble for that. See, that's why you gotta be careful about the advice and the stupid ideas you fucking come up with. I don't know why I was trying to get to that.
Yeah, but she, like, set a stranger up with somebody's, like, personal information.
Yeah, and see, and up to
things,
that point,
like,
I used to think a lot of those were, like, largely fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to think there's...
like the matchmaking ones.
Or just any of that shit. I used to think that they had a bunch of really good writers and a bunch of fucking actors that couldn't even be extras that really needed a fucking job. So they didn't mind being these horribly fucking embarrassing people on daytime tabloid fucking talk shows. You know? Like how? How does... When do you wake up in the morning and be like, I want to be on Jerry Springer? You know?
Yeah, let's call Springer.
Like, you know what?
Today's the day.
Like, no, it doesn't matter. They might make us get a divorce, but we'll still be brother and sister. We love our 9 children, you know, but we should go on Jerry Springer. Like, that is something somebody had to fucking say out loud, you know? And I'm like, no, I can't. Like,
all right.
I need faith in humanity or I will try to destroy it, you know?
Okay, so this person says, help. How do I help in this situation? I am 6 months pregnant and trying my best
I don't know.
Not to make everything about me.
I don't know. I don't want to know. And you should make everything about you. You're 6 months fucking pregnant. Nothing matters more in your life right now than you and your fucking baby. So the only way I can help you is find a way to make yourself matter more.
We haven't even got to the Springer part of it yet, though.
Oh, right, Springer part.
So, the short of it is 30 plus to take away for what my significant other is going through.
30 plus?
okay, so sorry, I started off at the wrong point. The short of it is 30 plus years later, my mother-in-law now recalls who my significant other's father is. She is able to find all of this information about him now and make contact with the family. Turns out my significant other's father died over a year ago. So years of my significant other asking and trying to research and find out who his dad was, and so he's processing this in his own way. I feel like an asshole because I keep fighting the urge to ask my significant other about all the projects and everything that has to be done in preparation for the baby, that I'm not physically able to do most of, and I'm tired, and
well, no,
blah,
you gotta
blah,
tell him to put that
blah.
shit on hold. Like, his dad isn't gonna get any fucking deader, and he's not going anywhere. So you need to tell him to put that shit on hold. Like, I understand it's very important to him, but he's gonna have a kid soon that he needs to focus on that shit. And when, you know, when he does all of the fucking heavy lifting, like, you know, you gotta remember, like, you don't want to take it all on yourself anyways. But, like, he's gotta do his fucking part. And when you think you're comfortable with him resuming his fucking thing, then you say, okay, dude, go find out. But if your dad, see,
So I guess he
Hold
never
on.
knew who his dad was?
he never knew who his dad was, but his mom finally remembered who he was, and she could get all the information. So why is he wasting all of this time if her mom can get all of this information? This sounds like badly written Jerry bait.
Well, and it sounds like, how did come mom just conveniently found out after he died, suddenly, who he was?
Yeah, like, I know, it's just because it started out with having her mom knows who it was to hole up at, oh, he's fucking spending all of his time trying to find out who his dad and who his family. Well, no, that's fucking easy shit to do now. So
Yeah.
this doesn't sound real. But yeah, like, either way, the advice would be tell him to fucking hang that shit up, and, you know, we're gonna have a kid in up to 3 months. So do you think, you know, you can fucking get the house ready for when the fucking crotch goblin appears?
Yeah, priorities, man.
That's really the only thing I think I'm allowed to say to that without, you know, getting into just being a fucking cunt about it. You know, like, because seriously, like, it just...
Okay, this person is very blunt and to the point about their similarly Springer-esque problem. Should I be angry at my dad for cheating on my mom and had a child?
How long ago?
That's all he says.
Yeah, you
say
should.
anything else.
Like, if you want to be mad at your dad, be mad at your dad. You know, there's, you know, it was not a cool thing to do to your mom. You know, like, there's no shame in you fucking, you know, being traditional about the whole marriage thing, you know. Like, should I be mad at my dad? Yeah, fuck, why shouldn't you be mad at your dad? Like, you're not congratulating him. You don't want to get, you know, you don't want to cheat on your wife, do you? You're like, hey, Dad, well, how did you get away with it for so long? You know, like, yeah, fuck, be mad at him, man. Like, you're not supposed to do that shit.
Oh. I think we might have, like, an undercover Peas agent on our hands here.
Peas agent?
Yes, someone posing as Peas, or perhaps Peas undercover. This person says, if you're handsome and someone asks if you think you're handsome, what's a good way to respond?
Yes. Very handsome. Because, you know, when 2 people have sex, it's a twosome. When 3 people have sex, it's a threesome. I'm handsome.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
All right. Teenagers don't know what to do with their life, as usual.
Fucking get a goat or something. Like, fuck. Just get something weird and take care of it. You know, that you be original, sort of. He's that kid that's got the mini goat. Yeah, I don't know. He might fuck it. We're not sure. But don't fuck it. Don't fuck goats. It's bad. You get weird diseases.
Don't fuck animals.
Yeah,
any kind.
Bad things happen.
It's a bad thing to do.
They're like, you wind up on the internet and I read about it with your fucked up shit. And yeah, I don't want to read about it. So don't fuck animals, please.
All right. Here's a very cliche, cringy relationship question. She told me, quote, I want space, end quotes, but I don't.
Nothing you can fucking do about that. Like, it sounds like she wants to fuck other people. Or she wants you to be away from her long enough to fuck other people. There's nothing you can do about it. If you keep trying to invade her space, then it's either going to go well or go horrible. But I don't know, like, I'm on the internet. I can't tell you to, like, follow your heart, because, you know, like, what if you're fucking rapey? You know, I can't take that chance. Like, I have to look out for the chickie that doesn't want you hanging out with her. So I would suggest give her space, like physical space, but keep in touch. You know what I mean? And don't be stalky or needy or alarmist or that fucking dude that she needs space from. Just be there for her and give her physical space. Simple enough.
Yep. All right. Let's see. We haven't had any, like, kind of, you know, quirky questions really yet. Oh, this is awkward as fuck. Okay. My boyfriend masturbated to my friend, and it has been eating at me.
Masturbated to your
like, does he have a picture of your friend?
Yeah, like, so many questions. Like, was she there? Yeah.
Was she? Yeah. Okay,
and
so...
how do you know? Like,
that's, and how did you find out? Did she tell you?
Yeah, like, okay, I need to hear the rest of this, because if she did not include the hows, I'm just going to call it bait, and I'm going to stop thinking about it, because there's too many things.
There is an explanation here. So my boyfriend and I, 22 and 23 years old, have been together for 4 years. We have a good relationship, but with ups and downs, of course. I have a beautiful friend. Blah, blah, blah. We've been friends since high school. After high school, we kind of fell apart, but that's okay. My boyfriend, her, and me occasionally hang out, but I never felt insecure about my boyfriend or her.
How does she
know
her boyfriend masturbated to her friend?
I don't. Well, hopefully, we're gonna find out. Anyways, not too long ago, I had a party and invited a couple of my friends over. My phone wasn't working, so I asked my boyfriend to take pictures on his phone. The next day, I asked him for his phone to send me the pictures to mine. He gave me the phone with no problem. As I was sending the pics to my phone, I came across a picture of my friend by herself, and I noticed that he had cropped me out of the picture and only left her. When I asked him about it, at first he played dumb, but after a while he confessed to me that he had used the picture to masturbate to my friend. He then began to cry and apologize and said I wasn't supposed to find out, and he'd forgotten to delete the picture. And he says he doesn't have a connection to her.
If this isn't bait, okay, I'm done. If this isn't bait, then no. He's using that picture to, like, show his friends or to, like, catfish or fucking something. Because if he was just using it to fucking beat off, then there's who's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so good. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, there we go. Select that. Oh yeah, copy that. Oh yeah, paste that to new. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Oh, gotta save it. Gotta save it. Okay, here we go. Now, oh fuck, where did it save? Where did it save? Okay, there we go. And, you know, like nobody fucking does that. Like nobody. And even on your phone, like, okay, gotta swipe. Oh no, okay, fuck. Okay, gotta swipe. Okay, like no. Nobody fucking does that just to jerk off. There's fucking Pornhub, and there's like, you know, he could have taken a picture of just your friend. You know what I mean? He was holding the phone, like, yeah, there's something else.
You don't buy this explanation for why he had a cropped picture of her friend?
I don't buy it. I hate people and have no fucking faith in humanity. There's something going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like there's...
Seems like a lot of work just to fucking beat off, man. Like...
Well, unless he really has a thing for the friend.
Yeah, that's another takeaway that, you know, I figured would have been obvious. Is, yeah, there's something that... I was just... jerking off to your friend because, you know, you're too ugly. And, you know, like there's
that's
just...
harsh. That's harsh.
Well, come on. He sort of, you know... He sort of fucking showed his fucking allegiance there.
But anyway, she says she feels like she's questioning the relationship.
Yeah,
He's
I would.
been an amazing guy, or at least
4
I thought he
years
was.
is whatever. Like,
is
yeah,
it normal for guys to fantasize about their girlfriend's friends? What should I do?
It's normal for guys to fantasize about pretty much any girl they see anywhere. Like, it's pretty much like fucking women, like, you know, like the Khal Drogos or the fucking hot guy at the fucking gas station or wherever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's as normal for dudes to do it as it is for fucking chicks, but the subjectivity comes in where, you know, each one of your imaginary lines are drawn on the matter. So, like, to pretend it's not just bait, you shouldn't really think it's weird. But, like, yeah, you should probably question the relationship, and you should probably... I would be a little suspicious of the friend in the picture. You know what I mean? Because maybe there's a reason he's... Because, like, if you say you got a lot of really good-looking friends, there's a reason he decided to jerk off to the one that was standing right beside you and not to, say, a pair of the other ones that he wouldn't have had to crop you out of. So, to me, it sounds like there's something special about this girl. Maybe he's going a little Ted Bundy. We don't know. But I would question the relationship, question your friend. Trust no one. Question everything. Get a panic room. Rip out your molars. That's where they put the chips. No, don't
do that. Okay, this person wants to know, will I go to jail if I fight my dad?
Maybe. Depends.
He definitely deserves it, but is it illegal? Like, will I go to jail if he
Well,
calls
yeah,
the
assault's
cops?
assault. Assault, like,
Yeah.
if you can get your dad to swing at you, but no, see, I said it. See, this is why I don't get involved in these kind of things. But yeah, assault's assault. No matter what fucking happens. Because this sounds like it's going to be evidence in a future fucking court case. Like, you went on the internet and you asked people, hey, if I beat up my dad, will I go to jail? Yeah, probably. Like, I'm glad I answered that before I started running my mouth. Because, yeah, probably you're going to go to jail. You'll get arrested for beating up your dad.
Alright. Is someone calling me unattractive the same as calling me ugly?
Yeah. Like, why are you... Well, no, okay. No, not at all. Like, there could be
Not at
different
all,
reasons.
you're gonna say?
But in the reason I'm going to say, like, there is a difference. But in the reason I'm going to say, you would much rather be ugly. You know what I mean? Like there's physical attractiveness, and then you're just a fucking shit human being, and that is that overrides any physical qualities. Like, how good or bad a person is, generally overrides their outward appearance at some point. You forget, you know, that you're talking to Gary Busey, and you realize that he's actually a really nice person, and then you see, like, the 70s Gary Busey before that fucking weird face, you know, and but yeah, for you to be unattractive on, like, a subconscious level is not good. Like, just on one of those things where, you know, like, you might not be ugly, but they just might think you're just like, yeah, but it's them. You know what I mean? Like, who could I use? Like, Donald Trump. He's both ugly and unattractive. But do you see the difference? Like, imagine if Donald Trump looked like, who's that asshole that played Deadpool? Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds?
Whatever.
One of the Ryans.
Well, no, yeah, just imagine Ryan Reynolds was Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And everything about Trump remained, but he just looked like Ryan Reynolds now. Do you see how he's suddenly unattractive? That's you would rather be ugly. Do you see what I mean? So you need to find out what the fucking difference is, the context that's been fucking laid out to you. Fix that shit.
All right. So here's an interesting question. This person wants to know how they can get their brainwashed friend out of a multi-level marketing scheme. So basically Amway. She's always been smart, but got caught, I guess, at a bad time, and she's tried to make the pitch to me. I barely recognize her. The way she's been brainwashed is super scary.
If it works for her, it works for her. But if it starts costing her money, then, like, what do you do? That's what you don't want to get involved by any means. Don't buy into her shit. I don't want to say you don't want to help her get people to talk to her, but, you know, like, I get it. I've almost been sucked into those things too, because it sounds, but then I realize I don't have friends, and then I realize what it looks like. But yeah, maybe they believe in the product. Maybe they think they're gonna get a little pink car like the Mary Kay folks or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Whatever you do, don't get involved. Just, I don't know. I just tell them, like, this is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? But it's somebody's job, so you don't really want to tell them, hey, the thing you're doing to try and support yourself is dumb. You know, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. This is, they actually want advice, and I don't want to, I'm not good at that. So.
All right, this one should be easier. This person wants to know how to stop themselves from turning into a neckbeard.
Well, fuck, just shave it.
Well, they're only 15, but they say they've found a lot of tendencies towards being a neckbeard. For example, they often get unnecessarily angry or sad when a girl says that they don't want to date them. And
that
their
doesn't
first
make you a
thought
neckbeard.
is always about my looks.
Like, you know, a lot of, like, you know, like, getting sad, like, getting angry because a girl doesn't want to date you doesn't necessarily make you a neckbeard. It could make you like a fucking Brad or one of those fucking polo short fucking sweater around the neck douchebags too. Like, there's a lot of fucking douchey dudes that get mad because a girl won't fucking date them. Getting sad because a girl won't date you is fucking completely normal. Like, that shit happens. You're like, oh wow, I hope maybe this will work because I'm sick of jerking off. And then suddenly she's like, no. And you're like, oh, I gotta go home and jerk off. Like, that makes you sad, and it's fine. You're allowed to be sad. You don't have to be a fucking neckbeard. What else are his qualifications?
His other qualifications are, he says, I tend to, well, this used to happen a lot more often, but I have toned it down, freak the fuck out on people when they didn't respond or leave me on red without knowing all the details. But then immediately backpedal and say I'm sorry, but at that point it's usually too late, and it's ruined friendships. My greatest fear is that will get even worse, and I will never change for the better.
Yeah, you sound like one of those. Yeah, you sound like one of those douchey sweater necks.
Yeah.
Rather than a neck beard.
You just sound like a petulant child.
Yeah, you just sound like a garden variety douche fuck. You want to stop being like that? Like, just stop being like that. It sounds like you're beginning to identify that, you're beginning to recognize that. Maybe you can now identify the little points that make you a sweater neck douche fuck, and just stop. You can, like, I understand, like, you got that rage, you got the rage in you, and it's a hard thing to fucking contain, and I got no advice for that. Like, you have to literally, well, it sounds like, you know it's ruined friendships, right? But it has to ruin you to the point where you're like, fuck, and you see the rage coming, and that rage reminds you of that time where it's like, yeah, okay, so there's really nothing. Like, yeah, it's going to sound bad. You're going to have to just burn yourself out on that. But if you want to stop being a sweater neck douche fuck, like, you're allowed to be sad when girls don't. But if you're being mad when girls don't date you, then you're just a sweater neck douche fuck, and stop being. It's not their fault they don't like you. Your fault they don't like you. It's your fault anybody doesn't like you. Not always. My bad. Sometimes people are what you would call prejudiced in one way or another, and they're just like, I don't like you because you're this. And okay, so that's the exception to the rule, unless this lady might be prejudiced in some way, then I doubt it. It just sounds like you're a sweater neck douche fuck, and women don't want to date sweater neck douche fucks.
That's accurate.
Yeah, you're not a neck beard, you're a sweater neck douche fuck.
There you go. And the first step is identifying the problem, so.
That's the best. That's the best you can hope for out of me, is helping you identify that you are not a neckbeard.
All
You're
right.
a sweater neck douche fuck.
Next up, we have a problem with sexual harassment for strippers.
Oh, Jesus. I don't want to.
Recently became a stripper, and the amount of sexual harassment that goes on is shocking to them.
Listen, okay, I understand that places have their own policies, okay? I've been to strip clubs. The most trashy one I can possibly think of that ever existed finally fucking closed after being open possibly still as long as I have been alive. It's been open longer. It was the Silver Dollar. I have never...
Maryvale Road.
Ever... Maryvale and Slack. Let them Google Earth it. I have... Until, like, I was 16 years old, the first time I'd seen a mid-50-year-old Jamaican lady with a C-section scar taking her clothes off to Bon Jovi.
Oh, jeez.
I'd never seen that before. And I don't ever want to see it again. Because it's not that she might have had a pretty face. I'll never fucking know. I couldn't take my eyes off the fucking giant row of fucking stitches she had obviously had sometime 30 years ago after giving birth to hopefully not the next lady to come up on the stage. And where was I going with all of this? Sexual harassment for the strippers.
Yeah.
These ladies were quite happy to be groped because it generally meant they could find other means of accepting the money. Now, that's what the thing with the dirty dollar was, the silver dollar. We called it the dirty dollar. But the silver dollar was just a fucking rub and tug, basically, that you drank at. There were no beds. You had the champagne room, which was a bunch of, like, hockey arena chairs.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty dirty.
God.
It was behind the pool table.
Oh my god.
It was pretty dirty.
That's terrible.
Yeah. It was in between the pool tables. That was one of the ways into the kitchen because my dad used to cook at the Dirty Dollar. It's why I know this stuff. He was a cook and he quit there because he couldn't. The women wouldn't stay out of the kitchen. I'm like, it's a strip club. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? They can't keep naked women out of the kitchen, so I've got to leave. And I didn't get it until this one time I went there because I lost my fucking keys and we were just living on Dorchester at the time, so it wasn't that bad of a chike out to fucking slack. But I walked in there, and they all knew who I was. I was Jack's kid, so it's just walked on in the Dirty Dollar, and yeah, that was the first thing I saw, and you never unsee that. And I was like, oh, these are the women that they can't keep out of the kitchen. Because this was before he quit, and I'm like, oh. That was just before he got the job at Rick's place, which wasn't a strip club, but wasn't much better. So yeah, you're not gonna get you're not gonna get out of sexual harassment at a strip club if you're taking your clothes off for drunk men for money, especially if they're allowed to reach up and tuck money into things. That's, they're allowed to touch it. Now, they might slap and pinch and poke. They might do things that you find are inappropriate, but should you be taking your clothes off for money, really, if you find, like, there's no classy way to be, like, you're not Demi Moore, okay? This isn't that fucking movie. You're a stripper. You guys are going to grab your ass. Stop being a stripper.
All right. Do you want to tell a 15-year-old who's in trouble at camp what to do?
I just want to know why they're in trouble at camp.
Okay. So they have been at math camp for 3 weeks.
There's a
with
math
friend.
camp?
There's a math camp. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Camp? No, it does not.
Don't you
Give
want to
me
just
some of yours. I'm not lighting
do
them.
math in the summertime?
No.
So camp is ending in 3 days. However, today we had a presentation about companies that we had created. My friend and ours company was named Sins Medical. In our presentation, we had a few pictures of Johnny Sins. All the pictures were super high contrast and looked incredibly distorted. I'm not really sure where he's going with this.
Yeah, I don't...
We finished the presentation without any issues, and my friend and I sat down. However, the other kid in our group Googled Johnny Sins while the computer was still being shown on the projector. Obviously, the website names are Johnny Sins Pornhub, and a bunch of the other kids laughed. No, not safe for work images were shown. But one kid got really upset, and our teacher reported it to the academic dean. And I've gotten into trouble once before. It wasn't a big issue But my friend has gotten into trouble a lot more times. And I have to talk to the dean in the next half hour. So obviously, this happened 7 hours ago.
Yeah,
so
I
we're
don't
too
know.
late. But
I can't give him advice. I just wanted to know what he'd done.
well, he tried to sneak in a fucking porn name for an edgy inside joke and got busted.
It whoopsed.
It whoopsed.
Yeah, I don't...
Can't fuck around at math camp, man. The dean's gonna come down on your ass.
Yeah.
I bet you it was like only certain kids that got to go to that math camp. Like the math whizzes.
Yeah, you were like, dude, you fucked up.
Yeah, your life is never gonna be the same.
You had like, what, like a couple of weeks to not watch porn.
You had
All
3
you
weeks.
had to do was like 3 weeks to not fucking watch porn. And you'd be like the math camp fucking wizard. But look at you. Look at you. You gotta go. You just talked to the dean 6.5 hours ago. You're fucked. You're fucked. How does it... I want to know what happened. Did he didn't update it, did he? The little jerk.
No. This is a problem you might be able to relate to. This person wants to know how to clean out their almost 40,000 image sized camera roll in their phone.
Oh, fuck.
39,753 to be exact.
Get a giant hard drive and just copy the shit off. That's what I got a 2 terabyte external hard drive, and every now and again when I need to purge my fucking phone of like fucking Timmy pictures and shit, I just dump it onto that. The hard drive itself, what did I pay for that? I bought it at like Staples or something, so it was like $120 on sale, I think. A long time ago. It's not even solid state.
Alright. More relationship questions. Alright, here's another one. Probably have some experience with. It's a long one, so I'm going to try and sum it up. But the title is Homeless People Near Me.
Oh, no.
This
Not
person says
homeless
they have
people.
no problem with homeless people. They want them to be safe and have a roof over their head. They live in a college town. It's not a very good one. My town has a huge problem with homeless people and substance abuse. Large portion of the homeless community in town use hard drugs like heroin. There's needles all over the place. I'm not in a great area, but it's close to the school. But it's just outside of what you would call the safe zone. Never had problems with anyone. We're mostly poor college students that smoke weed. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, a group of homeless people took residence at an abandoned house half a block over from me. Don't have a problem with that. I'm glad they aren't stuck in the rain. I do have a problem with how they treat the area. Figured they would be trying to be subtle so that no one would notice them squatting, but they leave trash everywhere. They brought a mattress with them and left it on the sidewalk, completely blocking and getting rained on. There's garbage all over the sidewalk. My biggest problem is that they use needles and it's all over the surrounding area.
Oh yeah, junkies don't give a fuck, dude. You're not gonna...
This kind of stuff makes me feel unsafe, especially because they're bringing the hard drugs around and just leaving their used needles everywhere.
Yeah.
Found 2 on the sidewalk down the street yesterday walking my dog. Drug addicts in this town are fucking crazy and I don't want to approach them at all. Is there anything I can really do?
Nope.
I don't want to call the cops on them and be a dick, but they're fucking assholes.
No, the cops will fucking clean them up, because it sounds like eventually somebody will. Sounds like eventually somebody will get fucking fed up and fucking lodge a complaint. Maybe it feels like it's been a long time and nobody's gonna, but like mattresses and needles and shit
Tend to get noticed.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah. Right. How can I stay in my room all the time and not leave? Well, I don't think
know.
you can.
No.
I think eventually you're gonna have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, at least one.
All right. Da, 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 da. Oh. This person says one of their good friends has recently turned into a full-blown neo-Nazi.
Oh, good.
And they're not sure how to approach this.
Just fucking leave them the fuck alone, man. They're not your friend anymore. They're fucking Nazis. Just fucking don't. Like, what do you do? Like, you can always be like, oh, dude, you used to be so cool, but, like, what does that really do? You know, like, nothing. That's what it really does. It does absolutely fucking nothing. Just makes you fucking come across as that pretentious fucking dude that, you know, remembers the good time. I don't know. Like, I got, you know, friends that are quite fucking racist now in my old age, but like, we don't hang out. You know what I mean? Like, we don't hang out a lot. And I don't know if it's because they don't like me because I'm not racist, or I don't go out of my way to hang out with them because they're racist. It's just, I don't know, man, cutthroat. If it bothers you, fucking cutthroat.
Alright, let's try to find a good one to wrap it up on. Let's see. Do some scrolling here.
Oh yeah, I guess. It's been a while. We'll wrap it up. I'm trying to pack shit in around this so that when I drill it again, and so I'm gonna put a peg through here, and when I go to epoxy that peg, I don't want any epoxy getting down anywhere near the truss rod nut. So I just packed it full of fucking toilet paper.
Okay. Alright, this is like probably not something we can actually give advice on, but it sounds like a good story. So my boss threatened to pull a gun on me and seems to be on drugs. So yesterday I had a small plastic tool in my hand that somewhat resembles a gun, and I jokingly pointed it towards my boss and said, "Stick him up." He reacted with a smile and said, "Whatever," then proceeded to explain to me that he carries a gun with him and has 2 guns in his office desk. He put his hand behind his back towards his waistline and stepped towards me as if jokingly to threaten me, then said, "If you pull a gun on me again, I'll pull a gun on you." Today we get back from lunch and he says something unintelligible to my coworker. When I asked my coworker what he said, it was something so absurd and nonsensical that neither of us could imagine what it possibly meant. It was so weird and grammatically incorrect that I can't even remember what it was. He's been saying random nonsensical things after that, basically every time he steps outside his office.
Yeah, I don't know.
My coworker is genuinely confused and said something very strange about it at lunch. Essentially told my coworker, so I asked blank how he was doing earlier today, and he left the comment at that without elaborating at all. Alright, so he's just being really sketchy. Once I remembered the gun comments that were made, I got a chilling sense of concern that this man was actually on some kind of sleeping medication or feeling some residual effect, so I approached him in his office to see if he would finally admit to messing around about gun comments and acting crazy so that I wouldn't have to be concerned for my safety. My first observation was that his eyes are blah blah blah.
I don't know. You gotta wrap this up because I gotta go to the bathroom.
Alright, he went to HR. So basically he's really fucking scared of his boss is gonna fucking lose
call
his
the
mind.
cops. Because that's I can't. And I really got to go to the bathroom. So.
All right. Well, that's that.
That's that.
See you next time. Bye.